Get your rain boots ready. It is almost time for the 65th annual Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival. For 10 days, the Cultural District downtown, and this year, the Rachel Carson Bridge, will be flooded with hundreds of artists, plus tons of food and beverages. It is our city's biggest, longest art party of the year and includes free performances. This year's headliners are Ben Folds, Lost Lonely Boys, Doom Flamingo, Martha Redbone, our local symphony, and so many more. It's all going down May 31st through June 9th, noon to 9 p.m. every single day. Find all the details and a map at trustarts.org/TRAF. Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, Pride celebrations in the city are almost here. So whether you're most excited for the parties, the concerts, the march, or just to be in community, we've got a new organizer in the house to talk about everything you need to plan a healthy and joyous Pride Month. Plus, stick around for a peek into the great work happening at the Community Center in the North Side. It's Wednesday, May 22nd. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. Dina Stanley, it is so great to have you. I feel like we have all emailed for years, but it's so wonderful to have you here on the show.
Thank you. I am glad to be here.
You are the co-founder of the Pittsburgh Pride Group. You have so many hats. You do so many things here in Pittsburgh. Tell us about Pride. We will start there. What's new this year?
Oh my goodness. So this year, we rolled out our Pride 365. And with that, we are helping other prides throughout the city. But we are relaunching a classic, the Big Gay Picnic, and we are naming it the Bigger Gayer Picnic. It's going to be amazing, and that is this Sunday, May 26th.
Yeah, at Allegheny Commons. Tell us what to expect. I know it's been a longstanding tradition, but it took a teeny hiatus there for a minute.
Yes, yes. So with everything that was going on with the previous folks who are running Pride, and we took over, we just had to get settled into our roles,
Mm-hmm.
and just figuring out the lay of the land, essentially. So we're getting a little more comfortable in that, and now we are moving into, bringing back those older traditions that people love, and bringing it into the city where it's more accessible for folks. I know for a very long time it was out in North Park. This year, we're expecting to have some amazing performances from a lot of the local drag queens, and some out of town performances from some amazing folks. There's going to be, some great food and partying, and just communing on Memorial Day with our people. We're just going to have a good time, a good old barbecue with our folks.
Yeah, and all of that, by the way, is just the picnic. You are not talking about the entire month of June.
No.
Uh,
Oh.
yeah, so I guess let's go chronologically for folks.
Hmm.
So the Bigger Gayer Picnic is that first
Yes,
weekend in May, and then the first
correct.
weekend of June starts the official Pride Month and all the celebrations that follow. Walk us through that first weekend. What can folks look forward to?
Amazingness.
Obviously.
So absolutely. So to begin, we will have our Friday event, which will kick off at 2 p.m. We will have local entertainers on both stages. We have a community stage, and then we have the main stage. And they both will be located in Allegheny Commons Park West.
Hmm.
One is situated at the corner of Arch and Ridge, and the other one is in the middle of the park, closer to Elizabeth Lake. Right now, we have a little over 100 local performers performing this year. We wanted to ensure that we listen to community. So community was saying that we they wanted to see intergenerational.
Hmm.
So we are bringing in Martha Wash and Linda Clifford, at the First Ladies of Disco, that can to really speak to that older crowd of folks so they can come and they can experience and have a good time how we have a good time, you know.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that they were included. We have Riley Knox, the number one Beyonce impersonator. She is going to blow the roof off of the house. We all know Beyonce did not make it to Pittsburgh, so this is going to be our Beyonce for Pittsburgh.
Look, some of us still aren't over that.
Exactly. So that will be amazing. And also on the other side of the lake, we have our children's village. So we dedicated a whole village that will be curated by Dreams of Hope and some other folks, which is going to be super dope, super amazing. And it's all going to be dedicated to the kids and families that want to bring their kids out. You know, and then Saturday night we have Tamar Braxton. And then Sunday we have the real X-Man. He's like a viral sensation
Hmm.
person. It's amazing. Yeah. But you know, all of the little bars and stuff in Bloomfield will be open so that everybody will be going in there.
Yeah, yeah. More to do, of course, on Saturday, but I think one of the most visible moments of pride, certainly for the whole region, is the March and Parade, which
Absolutely.
steps off at noon.
Absolutely.
What if someone's never been to the Pride Parade? How would you describe it for folks?
Massive. A massive amount of people
It's
and
colorful.
fun. Colorful, vivacious, just amazingness. Like, you know, the streets will be lined of people, you know, and as we march and go, you know, folks will, you know, add on to the crowd of people, amazing speakers, but just like us, you know, living
Hmm.
loud and colorful in the streets of Pittsburgh and saying, we are here. You know, because
Yeah.
that's what it's really about. You know, even though we're having a good time, but it's also letting you know the city know that you know we are very visible and we are here and we're not going anywhere at all whatsoever and see us.
Hmm.
So you know that's basically what that's about. We start um, at 10 a.m. Like people start you know filling in around 10 a.m. and at noon we do step off. If it all the vehicles they come in on 16th Street. But if you're just, you know, just a regular marcher, you just come up, you know, by the Greyhound station and find you a good place, get you some signs, and we're gonna take off and have a good time. And they're gonna hear us from Pittsburgh downtown all the way over on the hill and beyond, you know, or at Squirrel Hill somewhere. You know, we're gonna be nice and loud this year.
So if folks want to jump in on that action, like along Liberty Avenue, then it goes across Andy Warhol and into the North Side.
Mhm.
Personally, I have loved North Side Pride, like just as a spot
Thank
to have it.
you.
It's such a different vibe in a
Mhm.
fun way.
Yeah. So yeah, it is definitely, you know, with the trees, the atmosphere, everything, you know, it's just beautiful.
Hmm.
And I think that, you know, as long as we can, we're going to keep it there. That is a perfect spot. And it's accommodating to the large crowds of people. So last year, just to give you an idea, last year we had 200, well, it was 180,000 people that showed up for the march.
That's wild.
It's wild.
The
And it's a
population of the city of Pittsburgh is only 300K.
yeah, so it was a wild, like you know, to see that all these people came from all over the Commonwealth, and the tri-state area, and also note that we are the largest queer festival in the tri-state area. And last year we had the governor march in the parade, which is the first time in history that a governor is marching our parade. So, you know, that was like a very amazing moment for us. Hopefully he comes back this year, but you know, it's just like, oh, what can we do? We're outdoing ourselves every year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as folks, I guess, fill in their calendars for the month of June, is there any fully free stuff that you think maybe needs a second look that someone should know about?
Absolutely. Just at the top of my head, and please charge my head and not my heart because I might forget a lot of people. There's so many different events.
I
But I was
know.
just in my emails this morning. I know on May 31st, we have Too Hot for July that is completely free for folks. We
Hmm.
have Millville Pride that's completely free for folks. Lebo Pride that's completely free and it's really, really children friendly. I was there last year. It was really nice. and Monroeville Pride. There are so many prides that are happening. People's Pride in Wilkinsburg, the first time they had it out in Wilkinsburg. There are so many prides happening in the city. The majority of the prides are free. And friendly for families. So I really encourage everybody to get out because yet our pride is really big and it's going to be amazing. These smaller prides are very, very important because we're taking it to these communities of folks who may not come down to see our colorfulness at all whatsoever. And it kind of breaks down those barriers and just let people know that we are human just like you and we should be respected just like you. You know what I mean? And they can come out and ask questions and have a good time with us and just see that we're human beings. I think that's a large part of the problem that we face is because people listen to the propaganda instead of meeting the people.
The show today is brought to you by an incredible local resource, AIDS Free Pittsburgh, and their pledge to end the HIV/AIDS epidemic in Allegheny County by 2030. If that is a cause that is close to your heart, make sure you're around for their biggest event of the summer, the 6th annual Too Hot for July. It is a party, but it is also a chance to get confidential HIV and STI testing for free, plus info on the incredible preventative medicines we have now to keep yins happy, healthy, and feeling your most confident out on the town. So come on out to Allegheny Commons East Park on Thursday, May 30th. Yes, July is in the name, but the event is in May. Don't get confused. May 30th from 4 to 10 p.m. There will be DJ sets, a health fair and marketplace, a ballroom-inspired dance battle, cash bar, food trucks, and more. Plus, a performance by Tony Award winner Alex Newell, a.k.a. Unique from Glee. This is all thanks to True Tea Pittsburgh and so many folks doing the good work out here in the community. So do not miss out. Learn more at toohotforjuly.com. Well, Dina, I also want to touch on the work that you do all year round with
Yes.
Trans Uniting. You are the founder, you are the executive director.
Mhm.
What kinds of services and programming are y'all committed to?
Absolutely. So, right now I am the co-director also of the Community Center QMNTY over on the north
Hmm.
side, 525 East Ohio Street. Anybody is, welcome into our space. We have a multi-use space that we partner with Crowdhaven put together for the community in that space. We have different support groups. We have voguing sessions for folks and arts for therapy craft nights. There's a host of different events that we do there, like our queer quarterly where people come and they have all their craft stuff that they sell there. There's so much happening over at the community center. I'm so proud of the work that we're doing there. I really encourage people to come over. We have a computer lab. We have a queer library where people can come and get a lot of books that have been banned. Pennsylvania is the third largest state to ban books, so we are trying to get a lot of books that are banned and make sure that they're readily available for our community members. So, anybody out there that want to donate books, 525 East Ohio Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15212. We also have a very expansive pantry with food, clothing, toiletries. You name it, we have it. Outside of that, we do have shelter for trans, GNC, non-binary folks.
Yeah, I mean, and that donation component, like books are amazing, and shelf stable food goods are amazing, but so
Correct.
is money, uh,
Absolutely. Money is the most
because
important because that keeps us running. We need it.
well, and I've seen the space over there at Proud Haven. Like it's first of all beautiful. It's very well organized. There's so much there for folks who might come to you in need. But the housing component in particular, I think, is
Mhm.
so important because it really gives these wraparound services and support and like emotional and mental services for folks who like literally have nowhere to go. And I didn't realize until talking to your co-director, Lindsay Sickler, just how far away folks are finding you from.
Absolutely, from all over, all the way from California and Texas, people have
Hmm.
traveled all the way here. This Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh, specifically, is becoming kind of like a sanctuary. So we have to do our due deals to make sure that not only are we saying that in namesake, but it's actually happening. We're making sure that there are policies and safety measures in place for trans individuals that are coming into our city to find sanctuary. It's a little difficult, but we over at the community center are doing our best to make sure that we're meeting that every step of the way. Yeah, we do case management. Like I said, we do have like art for therapy and just different other programmings that we do within that realm.
Yeah, and there's only so many beds there, so often you
Yes.
also end up having to help people get long-term stay hotel rooms,
Hmm.
food, maybe access to paid services. It's such an incredible the amount of things, logistics that y'all
Look
manage
at
on behalf of
you.
folks. I really am in awe
You
of your
did
work.
your research, and I love that. Yes, we do a lot of mutual aid.
Lindsay has taught me well.
Oh my goodness, that is so amazing. Yes, we do mutual aid to folks that we cannot house, and making sure what we can, what we if we have, what we do have, we make sure that they're able to get as much as we can give at that time because mutual aid is very very important.
Hmm.
And we do have a limited amount of beds right now. So right now we have 4 emergency stays, and that is 1 week to 1 month. And then we have 5 short-term stays, and that is a 12-month program that folks go through. And we do our navigating systems, and our navigating systems is just teaching people basic life skills. So cooking and cleaning, self-care, and different things of that nature that we, take for granted, but most folks don't have that are in these situations.
Yeah, because so often, and I know y'all work with young people too, like
Hmm.
they might be in a family situation where like, yeah, in a perfect world, a mom or dad, a caretaker would be teaching these skills, but they have chosen not to for a variety of reasons.
Absolutely. So we are there to offer uh, our services.
Yeah. So I know you've been up and running with community for, I guess, about a year and a half now.
Correct.
I guess I've seen it from an outside perspective. What kind of feedback have you gotten from folks who've actually been in the space, living there, and hopefully gone on to,
Get their own
kind of
space.
having their own space somewhere else?
They have been like so grateful that we are there. Um, it's a little emotional sometimes because it's like
Yeah.
we're actually making a difference. They come to us and thank us all the time. They come back and a lot of them ask, like, how can we help someone else? How you helped us. And they come in, they volunteer in different ways. Some of them still, need help. So we try to connect them to a peer person to help them in that way if we don't have the capacity. But always invite them back. Because you consistently need support because this is not a one and done for us. We're a community, and that's what it looks like to be community. You can't just say, "Hey, we're going to give you all of this, and then we're going to leave you out to the wolves once you get your own place." We really don't get anything but like really hot thank yous and gratitude, and like they are really happy that we are here. It's
Yeah.
just I wish more people knew. Like we're trying to get it out there for people to know, that we're there because it's so it amazes me sometimes the amount of people that don't know that we're there and we exist.
Well, obviously, we are trying to help folks know about it from our side. Dina, thank you so much. I hope you have the most magical Pride Month and just like the best time. I hope there's some space for yourself in the margins.
Right after Pride, right after June, I'm going on vacation. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta get out of here.
That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If the spirit moves you, you can tap deeper into Dina's work online at communitycenter.org. That's QMNTY center.org. Before we go, one last favor to ask. CityCast is doing our annual listener survey, and it would really, really help us if you took it. You can find it all at citycast.fm/survey. It takes 7 minutes. Literally, my boss's boss timed it. And if you fill it out, you will have a chance to win a $250 Visa gift card, plus some CityCast Pittsburgh swag. Even if you took it last year, we would love for you to take it again so that you could be counted in this year's data. One more time, that's citycast.fm/survey. A very special happy birthday to Hey Pittsburgh newsletter editor Francesca DeBecco and my dad, Ed Harris. We will be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you soon.
The after party is going to be insane, especially Friday night. It's going to be nice. Saturday night, it's going to be insane.